must be from W. Come on in. It's supposed to be sunny. Sorry about that. I'm a very early collector, and I think that I must have started collecting maybe 15 minutes out of my mother's womb. Oh, I'm so glad you like my brooch. It's one of my designs, and I thought it was kind of amusing. It's a good way to make new friends. I remember very well the first accessory I bought for myself. So every Thursday afternoon, I took the major part of my allowance, which was 10 cents. I'd go to a different section of New York. My favorite was, at the time, Greenwich Village, which was at the end of its heyday, and it was very, very interesting. One day I was walking along, and I passed one of those old tenement buildings, but it was really a major junk shop. But to me, being very romantic, I envisioned that I was in Aladdin's cave, and the gentleman who owned it, what intrigued me was his monocle. You don't see those much anymore. I saw this object, and it was like an old Tiffany setting, and each prong held a little piece of glass, which I told myself was a beautiful diamond. Of course, I couldn't afford it, so I saved my pennies, literally, and when the time came, I took the 65 cents. Anyway, I finally ended up with the prize, and I still have it. I'd go to every flea market or yard sale or whatever they had in those days and mosey around. Every time I saw a pair of interesting spectacles and kept them in a box. And as the years passed, the box began to fill up. And by the time I was 18, I had a mini collection. I didn't need glasses. There were no lenses, just the frames. And people looked at me as though I was half nuts. I was really all nuts. Many, 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 many years later, when I needed glasses, I thought, well, I don't see any interesting frames around. Let me go to my box. People used to stare at me because everybody had those little bitty ones, and I had these big clunks. Well, bigger is better. I can show them to you. Oopty-doopty, here we go. But I love these. These are considerably smaller, but I think the design makes up for loss of heft. Voila. These are great with blue jeans. I love these squarish ones. Career woman looking, aren't they? Don't you think they're smashing? He's so sweet. Yes, was he got? You gotta work for a living. Let me see. How are you in these? Isn't he handsome, everybody? Voila. These are sort of the beginning. And I became known for my big round ones. Like an owl. Ooh. Oh, I love them. They're big and they're funky, and I think they make a statement. You have to be a bit gutsy. Here I come. People ask me to describe my style, and I always say that's not for me to do, that's for you to figure out. Being stylish and being fashionable are two entirely different things. You can easily buy your way into being fashionable. Style, I think, is in your DNA, but it implies originality and courage. And the worst that can happen when you take a risk is that you fail, and you don't die from that. Glasses, I think, have replaced hats. I don't like anybody to pick out anything for me. I like to do all that myself. Everything I do is influenced by everything that I am. I feel that I go through life like a sponge, absorbing things and then squeezing them out. I never had a plan, a business plan, or any other kind of plan in my life. And to think on the eve of my 100th birthday that I'm sitting in Palm Beach talking to all you great people out there, that I'd be doing this. It's just whatever came along sounded good, and I tried it. Some things didn't work, some things worked very well. Well, time is fleeting. Thank you, W viewers, for visiting me in Palm Beach. Mwah. It was lovely being with you.